Alright, here we want to look at some graphs that involve the absolute value. First I'm going to try and sketch the graph of this function, the absolute value of 3x plus 2. One way to do this is to get out the piecewise definition of absolute value and try and sort out what this function is. Right. Another way to do it is to start by ignoring the absolute value signs and just thinking about the function on the inside. That's a line, 3x plus 2, and that line I understand pretty well. It's a line with slope 3 and y-intercept at plus 2. So if it has slope 3, every time I go over 1, I go up by 3. It's going to intersect the x-axis. Where? Well, that's where 3x plus 2 equals 0, or x equals minus 2/3. Okay, that's not the function we're looking for. All right, that's just what we're going to take the absolute value of. But when we take an absolute value, it's pretty simple to understand what it does. If you put in something that's positive in the absolute value, it leaves it alone. So all the values up here stay the same, but values that are negative become positive. So I have to take these and reflect them up to here. Right. So that's my real solution is that much. Okay, so a strategy for graphing the absolute value of things is to start by graphing the original function and then taking all the negative bits and reflecting them over the x-axis to make them positive. Let's try it again here. This time let's consider a absolute value of something quadratic. We'll start with what's in the interior here. This is a parabola. It's x squared minus x. Any degree 2 polynomial, any quadratic, the graph will be a parabola. The roots of that parabola are at x equals 0 and x equals 1. So if I were to sketch the graph of this, here's 0, here's 1. It's a parabola that does that. The vertex here would be at 1/2. And we could find the y-coordinate of the vertex by substituting in there. Well, that's not quite what we're needing to find. We still have to take the absolute value of that. So that these two bars mean absolute value of something. Well, I'm going to take this parabola and I'm going to leave it alone where it's positive, and the bits that are negative I'm going to reflect to make them positive. If we want to get the y-scale exactly right here, we should plot a couple of points, like x equals 1/2, x equals -1, and x equals 2. But this suffices to get the idea.